Capricorn, reading Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Capricorn. This is a general reading, Capricorn. And I'm going to have to work around my cat here. Tower. Okay. Capricorn, there's some things changing. Drastic changes, really. Drastic changes. Things that you possibly didn't see coming. And you're probably moving away from a situation that was kind of a bit, maybe a bit messy here. Difficult. Endings, beginnings. Your issue is that you want more. You're taking whatever you've learned here, Capricorn, from this, whatever's going down with you at the moment, whatever you're learning, have learned, you're taking that, you're understanding how to, let's say, utilize what it is you've learned to be able to move into a sort of calm place. Now you have Temperance in your recent past, Sagittarius energy. Your issue could have been that you needed to find better balance in your life, and somehow connect. Temperance is also represents, earth angels, your spirituality, how to keep it, how to keep your spiritual self grounded. Now, you could have had more, you could feel recently, Capricorn, that you've gone through another awakening. Now, this can relate to the Tower. Things that you found out, a shock even. The Tower can also represent a shock that you could have undergone recently. And, this is up to you with the Six of Swords to find a resolution around whatever it is that's changed for you. And you're being advised to keep yourself grounded too. Keep yourself grounded, keep yourself, also, the Two of Cups can be about self-partnering, doesn't have to be partnering outside of yourself. The Two of Cups can be self-partnering, partnering with yourself to excuse me, darling, to retain and keep balanced, because there's some really good things coming in for you, Capricorn. It's as if there's some really good things coming in for you, and that things are going to start turning in your favour. And although I feel as if there's been some pessimism here, perhaps you were feeling that, you weren't feeling that lucky, perhaps. Maybe you were in a place where, Capricorn, you felt that, everyone around you was, doing well or doing better than you. Maybe there was been some sort of comparison with others here as well. Wondering why maybe your ships aren't coming in, but you possibly have been looking back, over something, in the past, looking over things that you perhaps didn't have any control over, that didn't, that over-focused on the past, and not seeing, the wood for the trees effectively. So there's a character under a tree, not seeing the wood for the trees. Blessings coming in, good things coming in for you. And because there's been some endings, most likely there's been some endings. Or you're going through another transformation, some kind of transformation. Some things are transforming in your life that I would imagine you, at some point, possibly resisted. At some point you felt that you wouldn't, that you would feel that you weren't going to get your happiness. That this came up in reverse. So it's as if, Capricorn, you went through a bit of a, you could be going through a bit of a crisis moment here, understanding that it's up to you to resolve or make sense of, ground yourself. It seems that you've been, and this could also be related to your work life too. Changes that have dramatically affected the rest, the rest of your world. It doesn't have to be to do with work, it could be a romantic situation too. Just take this how it resonates. You have Queen of Wands and Four of Pentacles in reverse, so you're maybe letting your guard down a little bit too, Capricorn, because there's been something that's come to an end here. You're maybe recently, or at this moment in time, having to make some very wise choices about what you do, and this is to do with your material world, and perhaps you made some bad choices, or you felt that your material world was destabilizing because you've had to make some changes to rebalance. Now you could have lost money recently, or you could have also been feeling as if you haven't been getting enough reward in this area of your life for the amount of effort that you've also been putting in. But when you have Temperance and Death, this is about you and the Tower. These major arcana, so this is about you being able to balance and stabilize yourself through difficult situations that can be very, very destabilizing, or have recently made you feel destabilized, and accepting endings as well. Keeping your balance throughout any sense of difficult change, for example, and endings. Keeping your balance with it's like an eye on what's just gone down and an eye on what's coming up. Understanding that death is rebirth too. Endings give way for new beginnings. Also knowing that luck is changing for you, and you may have also had to question the way your creativity, the way you go out into the world, Queen of Wands in reverse, and get on and get what it is that you want out of life. This could be fundamentally the thing that you need to look at, the way that in which you have been going ahead, and perhaps the way you're going forwards now is to be completely different, a different approach, a different way of doing things, a different way of keeping yourself balanced, an end to looking at things so regressively, an end to any kind of misunderstandings. It's like, Capricorn, when you're faced with too many misunderstandings, you could possibly find yourself in a position of doing nothing, as opposed to doing the Seven of Cups, as opposed to making discerning and wise choices. Because you might well have spent a lot of time in reflection, reflecting over things, having to take some time out, having to, reboot, having to ask yourself, how you do things, and how you make money, perhaps, how you create your stability, how you have created your stability. Perhaps there's been something shocking that you have recently heard that has given you a sense of worry and fear, that has made you think back over a past situation, that has made you reconsider your movements from here on in, and what it is that makes you happy. It's like you lost touch of what makes you happy for a minute here. and you've had to regroup, you've had to spend time reflecting, you had to have a good look at what it is, how it is you pursue the things you want to pursue, how it is that you keep your balance during difficult situations, how it is that you accept when, you know, endings, beginnings, how it is that cycles complete, even karmic completion here. But, you know, you have perhaps had, you know, been on a karmic cycle, or a karmic cycle has ended for you. Yeah, you're stronger than you think you are, and your strength assures a happy outcome. I wonder, Capricorn, if you've had quite a lot on to deal with all at once, and that has made you feel a bit... Sometimes the Tower can also represent, you know, not just sudden change and things falling apart, and it can also represent you losing your grip, because you're not surrendering to, you know, the divine. You're not surrendering to what your journey is and what is ahead of you, and that you might not have to have so much control as you think you have. You might find that the control you thought you had isn't real control, and so you're having to be brave and honest about what it is that you're looking for. Now, it could be a case, Capricorn, that you have actually been overdoing it, overworking, maybe over pursuing, or trying to get somewhere, you know, too quickly, or also fearing change could also be something here. You know, that it's like if you don't go with the change that's happening, that, you know, you're intended to go with, you know, the universe brings the Tower because, you know, you might be resisting change or have resisted change, and then you're forced to, you know, move from there. As I said, Towers are not necessarily a negative. I don't see that the Tower is a negative arcana at all. I think that it means that, you know, you can sort of rebuild things unnecessary, you know, like the surplus, things that are really unnecessary, things that need to be broken down in your life break down, and that's only to allow for, you know, endings and new beginnings. That's allowing for you to get balanced, find a way to become more balanced perhaps as well. You know, if you've had something shocking that's you know, can be news, the Tower can be shocking news, you know, you perhaps need to get back into you know, your very earthy aspect. You are an earth sign, Capricorn, as you know, so, you know, to get back into Mother Earth, to feel loved, to feel comforted, perhaps you need to connect more with female friends, do things in nature, things that, you know, make you feel really grounded. You know, with Temperance here, it's advice that you must make this one of your big priorities, and Seven of Cups here, you know, grounding yourself, feeling loved and comforted, are, you know, decisions. You know, they are decisions that you can make for yourself, as well as being brave and honest. You know, get out into nature, bask, enjoy light while there's still sunshine around. Make the most of, you know, here in UK, end of the summer season. You know, get back into that. Perhaps this will do the world a good. Maybe you haven't had enough opportunity to do that, and you're feeling a little bit jaded. And to also make sure you surround yourself with protective energy, especially if you are going, reflection again. There could be some healing information. Now, if there's a health issue here, Capricorn, that may have shocked you, or there's an ongoing health issue that you might have, Capricorn, then be open to healing information. Do some research. Find out, you know, what you can do to help yourself. You know, if you're in some situation that, you know, you need to take more care of yourself and shed old skin, because you have snake as well. So again, snake is not dissimilar to the death card. You know, you're going through something transformative. Perhaps you had a wobble and you don't feel that you can get through this. This could be something that recently has been presented to you that's a bit difficult, but you know that you can get through it. You know you can. It might be something that you don't want to discuss as well. And you are at an end, you are at the end of a cycle in your life. So do call upon your angels to comfort you, guide you through to the next steps. You know, happiness awaits you, even though perhaps you have felt as if it doesn't. You know, you maybe have been feeling like no, happiness doesn't await me because of various things that have been unstabilizing, that have felt very, you know, dramatic, very difficult for you to navigate. But you are, this is all it is, Capricorn. You're at an end of a particular cycle, and many of us are at the moment. Not just you, many people at the moment on the planet are completing cycles, ending karmic cycles, starting new chapters, opening, you know, new opportunities, new things coming in, that can also feel daunting, especially when you might not have planned for some of these things, or you might also have planned for some of these things. You are making specific changes. You have the Seven of Cups, so you are possibly, you know, being discerning about the changes you're making, but at the same time you're also allowing you know, the universe to guide you, and that, you know, that's a kind of a bit like driving with one fog light on, and it can feel like that. Because you don't know exactly what's coming up next, but you have a sense that there is change, and you know this idea of you don't have ultimate control, but you can still make wise choices, and you still can make plans for what it is that you feel you want to do to bring more happiness into your life. You know, when you make these decisions here, you're being advised, Angel Vanessa, which brings you closer to your divine purpose and which takes you away from it. And that's why you need to keep grounded. This is why you need to keep balance. This is a really big nudge here. When temperance comes up, you really must make that one of your main focuses, to stay balanced. Sagittarius energy, you know, keeping, you know, being open to new possibilities, being open to sort of how things, you know, how spirit is going to guide you, and also being able to ground yourself and make practical decisions for, you know, for your future, for your life, for your, also in the now, for your here and now, making discerning choices, not, you know, not taking risky or, you know, making impulsive or risky, or, you know, things that you haven't thoroughly thought through, but not to have, you know, the need to control, you know, sort of surrender more. Where's that other header, baby? Come back in. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So if you might need to do some more research, look into all sorts of options while you're making decisions that you're making right now, Capricorn. Do some more research. Because it might not be the time to make any sort of life-changing decisions at this moment, because you're going through transformation, because you're going through changes, because you could have just come out of something, you know, destructive, or that you've had some unfortunate news that could have shaken you a little bit off your path and made you feel as if you can't get through the next bit, and you can get through the next bit. Yeah, because you need to change the way you're looking at a situation, and also to embrace your uniqueness, and there could be a temporary pause here, just a temporary pause, before you take action, which can feel uncomfortable because you can feel as if nothing's moving, nothing's going forwards, things are slow, but take it easy on yourself, because whatever you've had to deal with or you're dealing with in the moment, you know, is also about change, and it's leading to change. And that's a few too many. We got, yeah. So do consider other people's opinions. You have balance again, which is, you know, not dissimilar to temperance twice. So you, yeah, take everyone's, do, not to say take, not to say, take on other people's opinions and act on other people's suggestions. I'm just, this is more about, you know, considering others' inputs, you know, merging viewpoints, maybe, yeah, merging viewpoints to create better solutions. If you're feeling you need help in making certain decisions, you know, take your time. Do ask for help and other people's advice here, because their input, if you can merge your input with their input, you might find that, you know, between you, them, you know, you come to a much better conclusion in any problem solving that you need to make, that you is necessary for you to make at the moment. And also to, you know, pay attention to any red flags as well. Be aware, be alert. A gut feeling you get about something, pay attention. You might have been getting a few warnings as well. It is all coming together. You're probably, your intuition, your third eye is probably opening more open than it's been in some time. So you could be getting a lot of intuitive hits. Connect with your soul tribe. Your soul tribe are here to help you. And maybe, you know, connect with pets. If you have pets, connect more with your pets. Listen to your pets. Your pets, they communicate with you. If you are, you know, if you observe, if you believe, your pets communicate with you, so they might also be able to help you at this moment in time. And it might be wise for you, if you have pets, to connect with them more, because they could be offering you insight, helping you in some way. And also to, you know, meditate, prayer, and in doing so you'll forget what you think you need. Okay. And that is again about surrendering. You don't, you know, what you think you need doesn't often pair up with what you actually need. Because obviously the universe, God, the universe is in control of what you need, knows what you need more than you often know what you need, if you see what I mean. So, yeah, it's a bit more surrendering. Yeah, your vibes speak louder than your words. Yeah, and however you're feeling right now, Capricorn, honour how you feel. Be real, be honest. You have this popped up earlier about being brave and honest. So whatever you're feeling right now, don't bury it, don't try and deny it, don't ignore it either, because you also know that you can feel a certain way and also have the capacity and the power to change how you feel. Yeah, and to remember that you are a soul having a human experience, and you're here to get closer to love, and to love your life, and to love the things you do, and to love the people around you, and to, you know, feel comforted in the knowledge that the universe has your back. You know, connect with Mother Earth, get grounded. Yeah. So, yeah. Yeah, and when you accept that the universe is your primary teacher, you'll always be guided back to the light. So, and also, you know, obstacles, you know, this, if you're being faced with an obstacle, the Tower, endings, beginnings, new changes, a lot of that all going on at once. Then think of any obstacles, or if you're feeling a little bit sort of not exactly stuck, but a little bit, you know, where you're in a pause moment, you're just having a pause before, you know, things start unfolding. You know, if you work in academia, or, you know, your new year is September, you know, this could also be the case, that you're feeling as if you're beginning the next year of your life right now, and these changes could be related to work, of course. Then any obstacles, and these obstacles could also involve you having to make some very wise choices at the moment. Do some more research. Feel as if until you've done certain things, completed certain tasks, these could also feel like obstacles, or things that you can't quite get to the bottom of, things that you can't quite fully understand or fully resolve. Remember that these are detours just pointing you in the right direction. That's really what they are. Stopping you from perhaps making, a mistake. And, until you ground yourself, until you get more balanced, until you feel more balanced, until you maybe have gone through this particular cycle that you look as if you're ending right here, until that's come to a completion, it can feel, something a little bit stagnant. But you are being advised to be strong. You're stronger than you think you are. And you're supplied for your today and all of your tomorrows. Now, you might have had something, your money might have been hit here, Four of Pentacles in reverse. You might have been in a place where you've been wondering, how to, let's say, improve or find ways of manifesting more income through the things that you do. You being reminded that you are supplied for today and all of your tomorrow, so not to worry about anything of that nature. And you might also need to detox. You may need to look at your diet here. You may need to go and do meditation. You need to reconnect with yourself, purify yourself, sage your home, clean, do whichever thing that feels good, for you, makes you feel healthier. Now, this could mean you need to drink more water. This could mean that you need to get into more meditation, any ancient art that can improve your health and well-being, your mental health, your emotional health. You might need to detox, have a declutter as well, because important doors are opening for you. And this is something that perhaps you feel, perhaps you're aware of, but this is, ending some kind of cycle before this occurs. And also to remember to get out of your head if you've been overthinking, over-analysing. Perhaps the Four of Swords came up here, I think. And so, that could be you've had enough time in self-reflection. So you need to get into your heart again, your heart space, because it misses you. And if you have a feeling, red flags came up earlier, so if you're noticing red flags and you have a feeling you just can't shake, that instinct, that intuition, that could be your third eye being more open. That could be you understanding and knowing to trust your intuition. Well, that's your voice inside of you, so listen to that shit. And, you'll start to feel that things will unfold, and the changes that you're going through at the moment will feel a lot easier. If you surrender more, I'm surprised that card didn't come up in this particular reading. But if you do that, if you go with, the flow, accept your journey, as I said, there could be detours, there could be obstacles, there could be something that's making you feel a bit unsettled. But this is all a part of your journey. This is all a part of, divine plan. This is all a part of divine timing, and you have unlimited potential. Be more grateful, have some more gratitude prayers. You can make your goals and dreams your reality, and new challenges that come up when you take on new challenges that are coming up for you, you have the Wheel of Fortune, you having endings and beginnings, ending old cycles, new beginnings. Tower could be, you know, having come out of something disruptive or some kind of disruption, you know, that's destabilized you a bit. Well, the changes and challenges, you will feel positive, calm and confident when you take on these new challenges, or as you take on these new challenges that are coming up, that won't be as harsh perhaps as the challenges that you've had to deal with in the past, but they are still going to be there, and you are being advised that you are stronger than you think you are, and you're also being advised that, you know, these things, when you come out of this pause that you might be in right now, then, you know, Wheel of Fortune is turning in your favour. You know, you're going to be moving away to something where, you know, you're going to have more peace of mind. You can take your wisdom, whatever you've learned from whatever this cycle that you've been in, will, you know, take you to a place of, you know, greater understanding, perhaps, you know, higher knowledge. Temperance came up, and also, you know, seeing beyond the veil with Death card here. So you might be having a great perspective at the moment, where you're not only being able to have higher knowledge and see, you know, the bigger picture here, but you're also going to be able to see beyond the veil here as well, you know, from the heights, heady heights, to the sort of deepest darkest things that, you know, are going to also be revealed to you. There'll be more things that will be revealed to you, and you'll take it in your stride, Capricorn, as you always do. But pay attention to red flags, definitely. Spend more time, really ground yourself, do some practices that help you ground yourself, and that could be doing things that, you know, make you feel more connected with nature, make you feel more sort of earthy. This could be cooking, this could be, you know, doing crafts, going out into nature, having picnics with friends, you know, that sort of thing, where, you know, connecting with your girlfriends, keeping yourself feeling in a, you know, a positive space. And if you need to talk to somebody, discuss things, you know, do be also accept that, you know, other people's points of view can actually, you know, be helpful in helping you to, their viewpoints can help you find solutions as you make these discerning choices with the Seven of Cups here. So don't hurry is the other big thing that you need to take into account here, and, you know, things will be, you know, turning up for you, you know, in the near future. Just, you know, be very focus on you, focus on your health and well-being. That's the most important thing. Message here that your health and well-being is over everything, is the most important, you know, aspect, while you know, as well as obviously making, you know, practical and just, you know, good and practical decisions too, and keep being strong. Remember that, you know, your vibes will always be louder than your words, so keep yourself in a positive energy, and you know, speak and think gratitude. That's all I got for you, Capricorn. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you in my next Capricorn reading if you tune in again. Okay, take care, lots of love, bye.